We all want more t-shirt sales, and luckily there are many ways to get more t-shirt sales, and that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about in this video. Just a few of the many ways, and as well as that, stay till the end because the last method is definitely the best method. The 4 ways I'm going to be discussing in this video are organic sales from the website, social media, paid advertising, and influencer marketing through YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. I want to discuss each of these options and then conclude with the one that I think is best. The first one is organic traffic, and this is as simple as it sounds really. All you have to do is upload your t-shirt, or let's say you're selling a hoodie or a backpack, it doesn't matter, but all you have to do is upload your item to a website that gets a good amount of organic traffic. Now, organic traffic is basically free traffic from the website without you having to spend any money or do anything. For example, Amazon gets however many hundreds of thousands, if not millions of visits every single day. That is organic traffic because you don't have to pay for that. Amazon are just now getting traffic because everyone knows their name and everyone is visiting their website. All you have to do is use relevant keywords, relevant description and title, and all that kind of stuff, and this will allow you to go up the rank. Now, another thing you could do is get family and friends to buy your designs, which will also boost you up the rank, in turn increasing your organic sales. Websites that have a good amount of organic traffic include Amazon, Etsy, Redbubble, eBay, and there are probably a lot more, but those are the 4 most popular, biggest websites that get the most amount of organic traffic. Amazon get 4.1 billion visitors every single month, but you have to remember not all of those visitors are looking for t-shirts. Etsy gets around 440 million visits every single month, but just like Amazon, we have to remember Etsy doesn't just sell t-shirts. Redbubble, on the other hand, is pretty much just designs, print-on-demand t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, that kind of thing, and they get around 40 million visits every single month. But the one thing we can't differentiate is between visits from a seller and visits from a buyer, because obviously sellers visit Redbubble quite a lot to upload designs and all of that kind of stuff. But still, 40 million visits every single month is quite a lot. And finally, eBay. eBay gets 1.2 billion visits every single month, coming in at second under Amazon. But again, like Amazon and Etsy, it's not just t-shirt. Number 2 is social media. And this is one of, not my favorite, but one of my favorite ways, because this doesn't just open the door to print-on-demand success, it opens the door to so many different things. It is definitely the hardest, but if done right, it could be the most effective. Now, the aim here is to build an audience, a passionate fan base that, when big enough, can buy anything from you. Not just print on demand, obviously we're talking about print on demand, but they would buy anything from you. And you see this the whole time with YouTubers selling merch. This generally results in the highest conversion rates and highest sales over time, but it's very important to note that I said over time, because this can take a very long time. Let's say you're trying to build an audience of 100,000 fans on Instagram. That could take months, it could take years. So you have to bear in mind it's a very, very long game. And if you're looking to make money much sooner, then this probably isn't the right method for you. However, I would say even if you're looking to make money sooner, you should still do something like this on the side so that you're building it up in the background so that one day you do have an audience big enough that you could then monetize. My YouTube channel is a perfect example of this. I was making a video nearly every single day for 4 years. That took a serious amount of time in planning, editing, shooting, uploading, just learning. That took a huge amount of time, and only after 4 years did it start making money. So that's the same kind of idea in terms of building an audience for your print-on-demand business. It can take a long time, but eventually when you have that audience, it does pay off. So even though this may seem like the longest and the hardest, over time, it is the most rewarding. And I just want to say, if you're liking the video so far, please don't forget to smash that like button. And if you're really liking the video, please help me get to 50,000 subscribers. I don't know if you can see it there, but I'm on 46,500 at the moment. I am so close to 50,000 subscribers. And I wonder if I could get there by the end of July. Who knows, but please subscribe to help me get there. Number 3 is paid advertising, and this is a brilliant way to get lots of eyeballs on your design really quickly. However, there are quite a few drawbacks. You can advertise on a whole host of different platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, eBay, sometimes even Amazon. Like, there are a whole bunch of platforms that you can advertise on, but are any of them actually worth it? Will you make money doing this method? You have to be very careful with this method though. Back in the day, I would be a huge advocate for paid advertising, and that's when t-shirts were a lot cheaper than they are now, and it's when ads were a lot cheaper than they are now. Nowadays, the cost to advertise has gone up drastically, and I mean drastically. And as well as that, to couple that, I should say, the cost for a t-shirt, a base t-shirt cost, has also gone up drastically. I remember when Teespring was selling t-shirts for nearly $5. Now it's more than doubled. So because the t-shirt price has doubled and a Facebook ad cost has gone up so much, it's not really feasible. I remember when Facebook ads was 1 to 3 cents per click, and that was just an amazing time. Nowadays, you'll be lucky if it's around 7 cents, and more realistically, it's around 12 to 15 cents. So it's nearly 10 times more expensive, which really shows you that the profit margin has just shrunk so drastically that creating Facebook ads might not even be worth it anymore. So this means that the profit margin is basically non-existent. So is it worth it? Probably not. The only time it is worth it to run a Facebook ad, or any sort of ad for that matter, is when you have a decent profit margin. Now, with Amazon ads, with Merch by Amazon, that's completely separate. I think it's very good to run that. I'm not including that in this, but I'm talking about just generic ads on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, that kind of thing. It's only really worth it if your t-shirt sale is, $13, $14, and that way you have a pretty decent profit margin, which allows you to kind of dabble in advertising because you've got that room for error. And the fourth and final idea, probably my favorite, and I love this idea. This is influencer marketing. This is a fairly new one, and I would say 5 years ago, this probably wasn't such a thing. But nowadays, in 2021, influencer marketing is everything. Micro-influencers, major influencers, these are all huge methods to get t-shirt sales. By influencer marketing, I mean paying individuals or sending them your products for free, but paying individuals with a large following that could promote your t-shirt, either by putting the link to your t-shirt in their bio, in their description, wearing your t-shirt, talking about your t-shirt. And this is as simple as messaging as many influencers as you can. Now you may think, well, you're going to get turned down all the time. And even if you do, so be it. But there will be a few influencers that respond to your message and say, I charge this amount, or, if you send it to me for free, I can have a look at it. And as soon as you get someone like that, that is money in the bank. That is a great way, because these people have huge followings. They've got passionate fan bases that will buy anything they talk about, anything they sell. And it's just a great way to do it. And you can, with YouTube, for example, if an influencer on YouTube wearing your t-shirt, that can be huge, especially if they go, oh, this t-shirt, link is in the description if you want to buy it. That can be huge, especially if their video is getting, 100,000 views. That's a lot of eyeballs potentially on your t-shirts. Now, platforms this can work on are Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and maybe even Facebook. In my opinion, I think YouTube is the best one because someone is watching a video for 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, which means subconsciously they are staring at your t-shirt being worn, or at least your t-shirt somewhere in the background. And a fan base on YouTube is a lot more passionate because they're not just scrolling through Instagram pictures or TikTok reels, whatever it may be, but they are watching a YouTube video for a long period of time. They are much more likely to buy a t-shirt. Now, of course, Instagram is a huge platform for influencer marketing, and one of the best methods on Instagram is to have stories and to have influencers post stories with swipe ups going to your t-shirt. However, with stories, it only lasts 24 hours. And that is why I am such a fan of YouTube. Because with YouTube, it it's there forever, right? As long as they don't delete the video or change the description, your link is there forever. And a YouTube video can take off at any point in time. Some of my videos have taken off after 3 months of me actually uploading them. So even though, you could pay an influencer to talk about your t-shirt, whatever it may be, or just wear your t-shirt and then mention it, even though that video might get, let's say, 10,000 views in the first couple of weeks, a year down the line, it could be on 100,000 views, and it could be a constant revenue source for your t-shirt or for your design or whatever you're selling it on. And that's why I'm the biggest fan of YouTuber influencer marketing. This idea, even though I really like it, it can be quite costly because we don't know how much each influencer will charge, and you want to make sure of a few things. One, that influencer is extremely relevant to your design. So for example, if you have a dog t-shirt, don't just go and ask a fitness influencer to start promoting it. It just won't work. It's just a mixed match of audiences. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you need to make sure your t-shirt is hosted on a trustworthy site. Amazon, Etsy, Shopify, something like that. Something that people recognize. Now, I didn't say Redbubble on purpose because not everyone recognizes Redbubble on the offset. You want a website that people are going to immediately trust and recognize. Now, the third thing is you want to make sure your t-shirt has good profit margin because it's going to cost you a lot in influencer marketing. So you want to make sure that there's a good, decent amount of profit margin there so you can actually make some money. And number 4 is you want to make sure your t-shirt design or your design on your product is good, and not just good, but amazing, right? So share it with family, share it with friends, share it on a Facebook group. Just get some feedback on your design before you pay, a couple of $100s to an influencer to help you market it. Now, those were the 4 different methods. Let's talk about my favorite method and end this video. Now, for me, my favorite method is a close call between influencer marketing and building an audience. And the reason for this is they both have long-term effect, long-term growth, long-term results. Now, I know with organic traffic, if you work your way up the rank, it's also good for long-term, but you could be replaced by anyone so quickly. With influencer marketing, you could be getting views, the influencer could be getting views for a long time. With building an audience, well, that's obviously a long-term game and long-term results because down the line, you're going to be getting a lot more sales. So I would say out of these 4 ideas, those 2 are my favorite. And I would say no matter what, start building your audience. And if you have a budget for influencer marketing, give it a go. And bear in mind, with influencer marketing, it could actually help boost your social media. So number 4 can help number 2, right? If you have someone promoting your design, that could very much boost your own Instagram account, which is a win-win situation. There are many more ways to get lots of sales on print on demand, and I didn't want to make this video too long, but if you want to see another part, maybe a part 2, a part 3, a part 4, then let me know in the comments down below. I just want to say a massive thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you in tomorrow's video.